Good, Jada. Zayla looks great. Ooh, I Spy. Ooh, Ariana, awesome. Kendrick, great. Walter, awesome. Marley, Jordan, Honor. Everyone has my attention. Am I correct?
Yes.
Good job. Thank you, third grade, for allowing me to come in and help you guys with your science project. Miss McBroom is amazing for letting me step in. A lot of teachers don't like that, but I'm glad she was giving me this opportunity. Okay, today we're going to listen to Doug. Who likes Doug? Look, I'm used to Doug. I feel like Doug my homeboy now. I hear Doug a lot. I feel like he's my friend. Let's go. We're learning about, I think our lesson today is about natural selection. Okay? We're going to learn a little bit about natural selection. So let's get started.
Hi, it's Doug. You know that human beings have gotten good at changing how animals look. We saw how people took a wolf-sized dog and over many years, over many generations, turned it into all kinds of different breeds. Small dogs, huge dogs, spotted dogs. It's the process you learned about, called selection. But are there other things that might make selection happen? Could selection happen without human beings involved? By the end of today, you'll be able to figure out the answer to that question. In order to find out the answer, you're going to play a game. It's called Lizard Island. Even though it's just a game, it's based on a real place, using real work that was done by scientists. The game involves a story about creatures like bees. Have you ever seen these kinds of lizards? They're lizards that can actually climb directly up the side of walls or trees. This one's climbing up a wall. The most famous of these, like this one, are called geckos. I say they're famous because you can usually find them in any pet store, and they even show up in some TV commercials. But there's another kind of lizard that can do this too, similar to a gecko. It's a lizard called an anole. Now, if you've ever been here to the US state of Florida, home of Disney World, then it's hard not to notice anoles as you walk around, because they are everywhere. In Florida, there's actually two totally different kinds of anoles, and we're going to talk about both of them. One is a big brown kind of anole, and it's called the brown anole. The other is a smaller green one, and it's called the green anole. And this is what our game is all about. You see, one of these species didn't always live in Florida. Before the year 1941, there was just this, the green anole, not the brown anole. The brown anole came from an island nearby. And as you can see in this video, green anoles eat insects. Got it right there. Yummy cricket. Green anoles are also climbers, and they're able to go high up into the trees if they need to, whether that's to find more insects to eat or to get away from a predator. What makes them good climbers, like any climbing lizard, is that they have these sticky scales on each of their toes. That's what you're seeing here. But in 1941, the brown anoles arrived in Florida. They eat insects too. There's one problem though. Brown anoles are big enough that they don't just eat insects. They also can eat green anoles. Now I know what you might be thinking. Oh, poor green anoles. Luckily for the green anoles, the brown ones aren't as good at climbing. See, on their feet, brown anoles don't have nearly as many of those sticky toe scales. So without all the sticky toe scales that green anoles have, brown anoles just don't climb as well, and they usually stay close to the ground. Green anoles, on the other hand, usually have around 20 or more of these sticky toe scales on their big toe alone. So in general, green anoles are better climbers than brown anoles. Once the brown anoles arrived in Florida, what do you think happened to the green anoles?
A little bone.
Ooh, good question. Okay, I want you guys to think. We just learned some really good information about lizards, okay? We learned that green anoles started first in Florida, right? So I want want you all to think what might have happened to the green anoles once the brown anoles arrived in Florida and started to get hungry. I want you to think first to yourself and then share with your elbow buddy what you think, your thoughts. Go.
I love a different shape. Whatever he just said.
You can share with all
I think when the brown arrives at Disneyland, started being seen on trees and higher places, or they started being gone.
Okay, good job. Once you have discussed, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, let's sit down. I'm about to let you tell. Have a seat.
No, not PJ Basket. When I was 4, I used to love them. When I was 4, I used to love them.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I hear a lot of ideas. You guys got your perspective from your elbow buddy. Now, I want to call on a few people to tell me what you discussed. A few people. Grayson was very eager to come tell me, so I want to hear what you guys talked about.
What we talked about is that if a green animal is just walking and they see a brown one, he can't eat them, so he will have to find other insects in the dirt or in the grass.
Okay, you are absolutely correct. What do you think happened when the brown anoles got to Florida? What do you think happened to the green ones?
I think the green ones started hiding, and sometimes if they would see one, they would climb up because they know that he can't.
The brown one can't.
Yeah, he can't.
Okay, Jordan, what do you think? Because you discussed it with Grayson, correct? Okay, what did you discuss? What do you think happened to the green anoles?
I think the green will stop showing up because all the brown anoles might be eating them, or all the green anoles stop being seen because they're high up in trees that people can't see.
Oh, okay, so you think they're just up so high people can't see them. Great idea. Who else want to give me an idea of what they discussed? Aubrey, what did you and Lucas discuss? And Parker.
David and Bryson, focus on what your friends are sharing.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea because they can climb. The brown ones cannot climb like they can, so they can go up higher and kind of hide out. Great idea. Hold on, Parker. I heard from your group. I'm sorry. Marley, what did you discuss? Who did you discuss with? Kaylin? Okay, what did you two discuss? Okay. I think you all kind of got the same idea. You think because the green anoles can go higher, that they probably just got out of the way of the brown anoles, right? Really quick, guys. We're going to go on to the second prediction. I want you guys to think about this really quick. Hold on. Oh, they can kind of blend in with the green trees? Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, Parker. Okay, so not all of the green anoles are exactly the same. Which green anoles do you think the brown anoles are most likely to catch? Which ones do you think are most likely to catch? Let's make a prediction, discuss it with your buddies, and I'll come back and ask you guys questions. Go.
I think the brown nose will get more green nose, and the green nose will have sticky stuff on their feet. Not all of them.
We're discussing which green anole you think the brown anole is most likely to catch.
Most likely to catch the you're gonna catch the one that has the last sticky stuff. You don't have no sticky stuff, you can't.
Right now,
can do that. And the brown nose too, but it's not good at climbing, so it takes it about a few minutes to climb up.
or most likely to get caught. But they showed us a couple of the green anoles. Go ahead, kind of like back around here. Did y'all remember seeing that? It was a couple of them. Oh, that's not, yeah. I think that's a great idea. Okay, I'm hearing some ideas that I like. Who wants to share? Which green anole you think brown anole? Which green anoles do you think the brown anoles are most likely to catch? Let me call on someone I haven't heard from. Abby. Yeah. Awesome. What about you, Walter? Let me hear from you, Walter. Because it's slow.
Catch the lizards that are slow.
I agree, Walter. Yep, I agree. The slower one.
Oh, Grayson, good
Let me see. Last one. David, what did you guys say?
What we said that,
I see your focus. I see your dialogue.
Okay, that makes sense. Awesome. Oh, okay, good. Thank you for that. All right, let's go on. Let's see what Doug says.
What do you think happened to the green anoles once the brown anoles arrived?
So we're about to find out.
You're going to try to figure out the
Have a
answer to
seat,
this
George.
question yourself. You know an important clue already. Remember this idea? No two individuals are exactly alike. So not all green anoles have the exact same number of sticky toe scales. That means even though all green anoles can climb up into the trees, some green anoles are better climbers than others. Because some green anoles have more sticky toe scales than other green anoles. The more sticky toe scales a green anole has, the better it climbs. In order to find out how well any green anole can climb, we've got to catch it and count its sticky toe scales.
Wow.
We need to do that for the green anoles that are on the island before the brown anoles arrive. That's what we'll do in the game. Let's start.
All right, here comes our activity.
Activity in science is the states and
That was our team building.
So these will go to one per pair. We're in part
partners. Okay? Alright, Miss Kiana needs your focus. You need to have your voices off and your eyes on her.
We only need 2 on this table because I think these are, you
One
have
per pair.
one per pair, okay.
One per
So
pair.
these 3, you 3 can work together with honor, okay? All 3 of you guys can work together. Huh? No, my pen.
I don't see why
Can I have everyone seated, please? I don't understand why everyone is moving around. Barbara, go get the other sheets over there and give me one per pair. Have everyone. Laser tag? Oh, yeah, okay. And all 3 of you are a team? You doing this together? All right. I came around with the sheet, and now Aubrey has passed your second sheet to you. Let's get started. Let's see what Doug has to say.
In today's activity, you're going to play a game called Lizard Island. Lizard Island is a
Listen.
real island off the coast of Florida.
Jordan,
It's
you have to have a
actually- This
seat.
is a true story. Like I said before, some green anoles were living on the island when the brown anoles arrived. We're going to play this game to see what happens to the green anoles when the brown anoles
Pay
are
attention,
introduced.
guys.
But before we introduce the brown anoles, we'll need to count the sticky toe scales of the green anoles that are there. Now, if you're working alone or with a small group, use the small group instructions linked below this video. If you're in a class, I'll walk you through the game step by step. Are you ready? Get your first set of supplies. When you're done with this step, click the arrow.
Pick right back up. Conversation.
Okay.
Sit down.
All right, not the lizard part. Did you guys do it?
No.
Not right now.
On your card is a close-up of your lizard's big toe. Count the
We
toe
are
scales
starting
to
this
figure out
activity
how
and we are
well
finishing
lizards
it on Monday.
Yes,
So
you
we
will
will not
finish
get
this
through
activity
everything.
on Monday, guys.
Write numbers next to the lines as you count.
You're counting those sticky toes. You're writing numbers next to each one. Go ahead. Put both of your names, you and your partner name, on the sheet. You're counting them. And then after you're done counting, you're going to put how many toes your lizard has on the scales. How many scales on their toes?
Guys, there are lines next to each of the toes. You are numbering each of the lines. You do not all have the same paper. You're going to compare your lizards with each other.
I see that. When you and your partner have done this part, I will know because your eyes will be up looking at me. Put it right here.
Yes, by ones, honey. Yes, by ones. Good question.
20 right here.
Jordan asked if we are counting by ones.
Who
Grayson
asked that?
asked if we are counting by ones. Yes, you are.
Yep. And then you're going to put my lizard toe has blank scales. You're going to put how many scales your lizard toe has. Good job. I need you, once you find out how many scales, you should write my lizard toe has blank scales. Tell me how many. My lizard toe has blank scales. Tell me how many. Once you are done counting your scales, can I get a thumbs up?
Boys and girls, you are counting lines. If you are still working, it's because you are not
That's
focused.
right. Other kids and my kids. I did. My oldest and oldest.
You guys are the red team wizard.
I already wrote it.
Hear that?
Grayson, I already wrote it. Such a silly idea.
What would you like? Would you like me to collect?
Right here.
And then make sure everything.
All right.
Okay. Oh, God, scale. Mine. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to end the lesson here. It's such a good lesson. We'll finish it up on Monday. You're going to first make sure your name, you and your partner's name is at the top of the paper. I'm going to come around and collect them. I know, I'm ready too, Grace. I know. Oh, I'm sure.